Welcome, I'm TW. The Alls of Amenti. This is from the Emerald Tablet. This is chapter 2, the Emerald Tablet by Doriel. Deep in the earth, art, lies the Alls of Amenti. You could say, deep in your heart lie the Alls of Amenti. Alls of the dead and all of the living. Bathe in the fire of the infinite all. The only place that can be the infinite all is deep within you. The infinite all is not outside of you. The infinite all is the power, the force, the energy that build the universe. And the only place you can go to recognize that is deep within you. I must say, this book is not talking about external things. This is talking about spiritual things. This is swimming in the spiritual ocean itself. The Alls of Amenti is not a physical place. It's a mental place. That's why some of the things inside this book sound strange. But when you read it over and over again, and you bring some awareness into that, then you can see things opening up for you, and you can understand a lot more if you bring some awareness into your creative space. You will see a lot bigger picture painted, a lot clearer for you. All right, so let's continue. So the Alls of Amenti. Where is the Alls of Amenti? It's saying here, deep in earth, arts lie the Alls of Amenti. And it said, Alls of the dead and Alls of the living. This is where the Alls of the dead and the Alls of the living we're talking about, where the things that arise in you that bring life and the things that bring death. And these are the thoughts that arise in you that bring life to you and bring death to you. Bathe in the fire of the infinite all. So this is deep within you, where you can see the power, the force, the eternal force, the eternal power at play. Far in the past time, lost in the space-time, the children of light look down on the world. Here you could change the children of light to the thoughts of light, or the idea of light look down. The thoughts of light look down on the world. See the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond. What is that force that came from beyond? It's the same force. The force in the hall of the dead, the force that bring death, and the force that bring life. The all of the dead and the all of the living. Knew they that only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from the earth to the sun. From the earth to the sun. That mean man gotta, it's a metaphor here. The earth itself, we're talking about human being. Gotta rise out of the body itself and get to the light itself, That means taking off the garment of the flesh and finding your way in the interior to what's real, where the light is, where you can get your energy from, where the thoughts are arising from deep within you. Down they descend and created bodies, taking the semblance of man as their own. This is a dead giveaway right here. Right in this phrase, taking the semblance of man as their own. I want you to look at this carefully. When a thought comes in and it occupies your mind and it moves you to accomplish its task, that's it right there. This is what it's talking about. A thought that comes in with its ideas and make you spend your time and your energy, because once you accommodate that thought, then it take you over. You move because you're thinking this thought is mine. I developed this. But it's the other way around if you really look at it, because the thought comes with its own idea, which you take as your own, and you move to accomplish that mission. And this can be a good mission, and this could be a bad mission, because even the thought of becoming the profession that you are right now, that's how these things work. You have the thought and you said, this is my thought, I want to be this. And you move, you spend your time, your energy, you do the studying, you do whatsoever you got to do to get that into reality. And you become that. So here it's saying, taking the semblance of man as their own. So when the thought come inside, and you think, yeah, this is what I want to be. So it could be good or bad. So this is where it's talking about the brothers of darkness and the brothers of light. Because they come in as a thought. You're not aware of them. They comes in and you think, these are yours. Because they're rising up inside of you. And you take it. And listen. Everyone do this. This is a process. This is the thinking process. This is the creative process. A thought comes in and you accommodate it and it moves you to accomplish its task, as I said. So this is what it's talking about right here. The masters of everything said after their forming, we are they who were formed from the space dust, partaking of life from the infinite all. So here is saying the thought is not really what you think it is. It have more power than you're giving it credit for. Because this thing is coming from the infinite all. Living in the world as children of men, like and yet unlike the children of men. Look at it carefully. It said like and yet unlike the children of men. This is beautiful. Because a thought, it's not a physical thing. It's going through you, but it's using your body to accomplish its thought. So it's not like you. You're in a physical form, but a thought is not in a physical form. A thought is a mental energy or a spiritual energy that's moving through you to get you to go east, west, north, or south to accomplish its mission. So this is what it's talking about right in this few sentences right here. So I start out, where is the all of Amenti? The all of Amenti is deep within you. It's just like when Jesus said the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of the Father. The all of Amenti, it's the same place. It's the same place we're talking about. Whether you're talking about the eyes of Osiris or the eyes of Horus, it's the same situation when you go behind the scene and you look at these things. And they're talking about the same thing. They're discussing the same thing. So it goes on to say, then for a dwelling place far 'neath the earth crust blasted a great space. They by their power, space apart from the children of men, surround them by force, power shield from arm, they the all of the dead. Far 'neath the earth crust. This is far in one's mind. This is the mental space. Side by side, then place they other spaces. Fill them with life and with light from above. Build they then the alls of Amenti, that they might dwell eternally there, living with life to eternity's end. So, the thoughts come into existence, their spirit, their energy, so they don't have to worry about death. They're living with life to eternity end. As I said, they don't have to worry about death because they're not a physical thing like me and you. Anything that's physical, it's born and it's gonna die. And 32 were there of the children, sons of light, who had come among men, seeking to free man from their bondage of darkness, those who were bound by the force from behind. 32. I think this is a play with something else. 32 supposed to be 42, which is talking about the 42 principles of my heart, or the negative confession. 32 were there of the children, sons of light, which if you go through the Egyptian story, you will recognize the 42 laws or the 42 principle of Mahat right here. Remember, this story is connected to Kemet, the ancient land of the Egyptian. Deep in the halls of life grow a flower, flaming, expanding. You could go back to say, deep in the halls of Amenti grow a flower. Because deep in the halls of life, it's the same place we're talking about. The halls of the dead and the hall of the living. It's not a different place. It's just a play on words here. We're talking about the same place. So deep in the halls of life grow a flower, flaming, expanding, driving backward the night. Beautiful. Because if you look at it, if you look at this, when you become aware, when you start develop that within you, when you come to know yourself, then little by little you start to see clearly, and you're starting to see the little tiny details, the energies that are flowing into you through thoughts. Sometimes they creep in and you don't realize until they kind of get you tied up and you're going through and feeling the emotion. But little by little you untangle yourself. You keep expanding your awareness, getting bigger, you yourself getting to see much clearer in this space within you. And once you started seeing this is the light that's within you growing and expanding. So nothing can really come. And this light, once it starts growing inside of you, it's endless. The least simplest emotion that cross your mind, you are aware of it. As before you bring this into your life, it cross your mind and it just swallow you up. You become that thing, you feel that thing. But now, with awareness within you, when you know yourself, then you can see everything that arises in you that's trying to move you to a certain space, trying to get you to do something. You can just cut it off right there. You don't have to move. You can even stand up and question, what is this about? And if can I get a good reason, then you don't move. What is it for? What is this thought trying to get me to do? What is this brother of darkness or brother of light? What are they trying to accomplish within you? And once you can sit down and look at these things as they approach you, the thoughts as they approach you, then it's difficult for any of these thoughts to take you and just run you all over the place. Well, the brothers of light comes in, they show you how to deal with these things within you. They show you how to overcome the darkness. The darkness, once you figure out what they are, they're gonna come in all kind of different shape, all kind of different form, trying to move you here, trying to move you there. Whether it's through negative, whether it's through fear, whether it's through jealousy, whether it's through lust, or whatever the case. But it's you who gotta be aware and be very sharp within yourself to figure out what angle and what benefit, what's the liability and what's the asset here. What is the outcome in the end if I go down this road? So here we're saying deep in the alls of life, which I say you could say deep in the all of Amenti, grow a flowers, flaming, expanding, driving backward the night. Place in the center a ray of great potence, life-giving, light-giving, filling with power all who came near it. Yeah. Beautiful. So, when you get into that space on the interior, yeah, and you sit there and you start getting clarity within yourself, you will see these things playing out, black and white, day and night, and you will understand what he's talking about inside here. So the halls of Amenti is not a physical place, it's a spiritual place. The halls of Amenti is deep down within you. You are the hurt. You are the hurt crust. So you are the physical thing. And we're talking about a spiritual book here. Remember, in the beginning of this book, the introduction, it said this: those who enlarge their vision by turning inward, not outward, in their search. That means what? This is not an exterior place we're looking at. This is an interior place. The highest knowledge is unutterable, because when you go deep within yourself, there's no sound there. You're not going to get these speeches doesn't come, or these thought doesn't come with sound. Thoughts arise in the mind. You cannot hear them. You cannot see them, but you know. If you're aware in the mind, you know that this is a thought. I have an idea in my head and this is what's going on. The thought comes in and triggers the thinking process, and you go through that and you feel the emotion that comes with those thoughts. So the highest knowledge is unutterable. That's beautiful. In the preface, in the beginning, there's a sentence that said, in legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, the halls of the gods, where the soul passed after death for judgment. So, the underworld, the halls of the gods. Where does the gods exist? Does the gods exist in a spiritual place or a physical place? That is a question. If you answer that question, then you will realize where the gods are. And the halls of Amenti is where the gods live in this case. So as I said before, this is a spiritual book and a mental book, and you got to read it from that point of view. It's not a physical place we're talking about. It's a spiritual place. Remember to bring some clarity and some awareness into your creative space. 10 to 12 deep breath can get you started. Thanks for dropping by. Blessing be with you always. Peace.